Hey friends, hope you're all doing amazing. I just wanted to put together this quick video and share a little bit about the breathwork and sound journey. Two elements that have been massively impactful on my own journey in terms of personal wellness, overall health, feeling good about myself, feeling good about life, and living in a state of what I call flow or harmony, hence the name transformational flow, because I feel we can all benefit from a lot of flow in our lives, and if we can allow more of that in, then why not? All the merrier, right? If things can flow in a smooth and beautiful way, the same way that the waves keep rolling into the shore, then and we can create more of that in our lives, in our love life, in our work life, in our studies, in the projects that we're working on, then why not invite more of that flow in, right? So on a personal level, it was only a couple of years ago that I was going through some pretty heavy stuff, and breathwork was something I came across at about that time, and I was willing to give anything a shot. I was pretty skeptical at the time, didn't know too much about breathwork, but I saw the videos of Wim Hof, and I thought, you know what, this guy's got some interesting accolades to his name, and if it's working for him, I'm willing to give it a shot and see where it takes me. So fast forward a couple of months, I'd gone through a breathwork course, had been using it daily in my life, started off supervised as is always recommended. It's not something you want to try by yourself straight off the bat, and then eventually started doing it by myself and used it as a daily practice for about 2.5, almost 3 years, daily, every single day. I had my breathwork. I wouldn't skip it, and that changed my life massively. It changed my personal psychology, the way I viewed the world, the way I perceived the world, and then coupling that with sound, which I started exploring at about the same time, was something fascinating, because I remember recently I was looking at some videos by Dr. Bruce Lipton. You may have seen his book Biology of Belief, or maybe some of his interviews. He's an amazing mind. He's contributed so much in the domains of personal development, self-improvement, and science as well. So he drew a contrast in this interview that I was watching, where he said that when we compare supplements and medicines and the things that we ingest physically as a means of nutrition for providing the body with what it needs for the body to create homeostasis or harmony or balance, as opposed to sound, he said that with the stuff that we ingest physically, we only get about 5 to 10% in most cases of what we're ingesting, because 90 to 95% of it is lost in the heat exchange that it just takes to digest whatever's been put in, which is fascinating to me, because you consider how much money we spend on really good food, on feeding ourselves really well, and then you're only getting a small percentage of it. I'm not suggesting at all that we should stop eating, but it was just a fascinating insight to me. And then in contrast, he shared that when you step into a sound shower or a sound journey where there's harmonizing sounds being sung and played, he said the body is so receptive to sound that it actually absorbs 90 to 95% of the information. And because all of our bodies are naturally seeking balance, like that is our innate intelligence, just always seeking to create balance within us. He said when you step into a space that's expressing harmony and balance in that way, well, your body just naturally starts to tune to that frequency and align in that way. So that was really cool, knowing that you don't really have to do much. You just have to show up in the space, be there, and your body will naturally start to tune with that. And then where the breath work comes in is sometimes as the body starts to tune, the mind can get in the way, and it can block us from just going there with real ease and grace. And that's where the breath work's super helpful. It gets you out of your mind and just allows the body to do what it naturally wants to do, allows your innate intelligence to commandeer the ship, rather than the reptilian brain, which is fighting for safety, which is totally warranted and very respected. But in the craziness of the world where we live in, where we've got all these stresses that are constantly hitting us, a lot of us are in a constant state of fight or flight, and it'd be nice to tune back to rest and digest, where the body can recover and heal in its own way. So that's a little bit about my journey and a few interesting things I've come across recently that I felt to share. I'd love to see you there. If you haven't already bought your tickets, go ahead and do so, because there's not a lot of spots left, and I'll see you all there. Lots of love.